This is In Their Closet Podcast.
Welcome to In Their Closet. I'm your host, Elle Moore, and today we're joined by Shay Tatum. Shay Tatum is a business owner focused on connections and networking, the founder of the Facebook group Pretty Girls That Brunch, which has over 9,000 members. Pretty Girls That Brunch visits restaurants every Sunday, connecting women from all over Houston with food and conversations. She's also the founder of the nonprofit organization Pretty Girls Rock. Her organization focuses on opportunities and supports the girls from ages 11 to 18. Pretty Girls Rock provides mentoring, STEM workshops, and one extension, Pretty Girls Can, providing support and scholarships for girls who have cancer. Shay's primary goal is to focus on the whole person. And if you build someone on the inside, then that light can shine for everyone to see. Welcome,
Awesome.
Shay.
Thank you so much.
My friend is incredible and amazing. I'm so glad I finally got you on here.
I know, right?
The stars have aligned.
Yes.
And the stars are in the building.
Exactly.
We have so much to talk about. And I ran into you at the gas station. I pulled my car up and then I looked over and we started talking at the gas pump.
Immediately. Like we've never missed a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we got to talk because right on time we're talking about champagne and bubbles and brunch. And I found out, I saw when you started the Facebook brunch.
Yeah.
But it's really grown and you've been doing amazing work. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity to bring you in because we have so much to talk about. So I definitely want to get into that.
Yes.
But what brings you in here today is because the brunch, and we have champagne bubbles, so thank you to our sponsor for providing the champagne. But what brings you in today is that you are a woman of many hats. I've known you for many years, and I know you as a salon owner and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But we were at school together at one point. I remember you running for class president.
Yes.
I mean, you're always doing so much. So what are you doing right now?
Busybody.
Yes.
So right now I'm still in school.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately. I'm working on my doctoral degree.
Oh, my
in
goodness.
education and leadership. So I haven't stopped going to school.
Wow.
But currently I'm working as an intern temporary at Channel 8.
Wow.
As well as I still have my hair salon, running my nonprofit, as well as Pretty Girls That Brunch. So I'm all over the place.
I love it.
It's structured. It really is structured.
It has to be. You've got to be very organized.
Yes.
Now, I saw you last year on my television screen.
Yes.
What brought you on the OWN network? Okay.
So I was on, and people see me all the time. It's like, where do I know you from? And I was like, I don't know. And then I was all the way in Austin, and the lady at the table was like, I know you. I said, well, maybe it's church. And she's like, no, I'm not from Houston. So, and then and then she looked again, and she's like, Ready to Love.
Ready
I
to
know
Love.
you from Ready to Love. And I was like, yes. So Joelle is one of my really good friends.
Okay.
And it was an episode that said, bring your family and friends.
Yes.
The girl he was dating.
Yes.
So I ended up going to his house.
Yeah.
And meeting her, and the rest is history. Because I got
you got so much.
I got
yes.
Oh, she wants Joelle. And I'm like,
I was in your comments. Because I was like, Shay, really, Shay? Shay was on there, and you gave feedback to him about the woman that he was dating, right?
Because I'm realistic.
Yeah, that's why you were brought on there.
Yeah, so when they ask, it's like, hey, just be as real as possible. Now, they do a lot of editing, so they did do a lot of editing, making it look like I said some stuff I didn't say, but it was fine. It's TV.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's not real, so I don't care. And but she was not happy, baby. And I was like, if I was in a process of meeting, I don't care if it's 5 or 6 or 10 men.
Yeah.
I'm dating everybody.
Yeah.
I want to see what everybody's like. I'm not, even if I lock in on you and you look good.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep you here, but I'm going to date other people to see. I'm not just going to lock in. And you're the only person I see and date. Nah.
Yeah, that's been my philosophy. Like, I've met some great guys, but, I'm still testing the waters, putting my toe in. If I get asked out on a date and if I like the guy, I'm going out on a date with him. I'm not exclusive with anyone.
Right.
And my divorce was final like a year ago. So I didn't think it was safe for me to just immediately jump back in an exclusive relationship with someone. I needed some me time. But dating, you definitely don't want to pick the first guy.
And you think about it, you're so cute, and I'm telling you, guys fawn over you, and they're excited, and they're like, "Oh, I'm taking this home. This is my trophy. I'm gonna dress her up. I'm gonna make her. This is mine." And guys do that. And you're like, "Wait, whoa.
Yes,
I'm still."
Yes, I've had to say that.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, and I don't feel bad at all. So I don't think that. I think when you're in a dating process, until you have that conversation and you say like, we're going to be exclusive, it's just me and you should definitely date.
But you have 8 weeks to meet somebody.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being exclusive in 8 weeks.
Right. We're not exclusive until we get to that reunion and we say.
But you think about the reunion is what, a few months away?
Yeah, it's after.
Yeah, so like 90 days away. 90 days I can see us saying, okay, we're exclusive, we're dating. But 6 weeks, girl, find you another guy. Stop playing,
Yeah.
But she was hooked. She was hooked, line, and sinker.
Joelle has been on the couch.
Yeah.
Joelle is so... Listen, I understand why she was hooked. Joelle is very charming.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
And I said,
it was a great catch for the show.
But they were like, oh, she wants him. And I'm like, he is not my type at all. Like, don't get it twisted. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's super fine. But he is just not my type. He's like a little brother to me. He's not like a...
He gives me that vibe too, but I can understand why women would be attracted to him. But I was very comfortable with him. So we've been talking about girl code on here.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about having male friendships because it's been hard for me to pick a guy to just be my friend. Guys don't want to just be my friend.
Never.
But I would love to have a male friendship. So do you have those kinds of friendships with guys where it's just platonic? There's nothing going on. We've never, ever dated.
Right. So I've been married for 23 years.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I don't just throw it out there. No. It is not like...
I didn't want to speak yet.
and marriage... I have been married 23 years. But again,
congratulations.
I don't throw it out, but it's people that know me know I'm married.
Yeah, I know.
People that don't know me will be like, is she married?
Yeah.
I'm at church and they go, you and Charles still together? I'm like, yeah. Because they never see us together. And that's because I'm so busy, right? I'm so busy and I have my hands in so many things.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of the support person in the back, so he doesn't have to be seen. But I do have a few male relationships that we just kind of talk and bounce things off each other. We've never dated.
Yeah.
And my husband's okay with it because he knows them, like, barely, like not like they hang out.
Yeah.
But he knows that, hey, that's her friend. It's no big deal.
That's nice.
And I think that you can be friends with a man without having to sleep with him, especially somebody who's cool enough, who's secure within themselves too, to be able to say, okay, I can be your friend, even though you're cute and attractive.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I don't have to be attracted to you.
We don't have to have a romantic relationship to hang out. Yeah.
Hang out, go have dinner. I mean, me and my friend go have dinner. We have bottles of wine on my couch.
Really?
And
I love it.
Talk it out if he's going through some stuff. And I'm like, leave her alone. She's trash.
Yes. I would love a good Judy. If I can't have like a regular platonic guy, maybe I'll have a good gay friend.
Oh, you have to meet you have to. He would die if he heard me say it.
I got to meet your husband.
Yes.
Your gay husband.
Yes, you have to meet him. And his name is Titus, and he is the absolute best.
Really?
We will sit up and out of nowhere he'll start quoting Mother Dearest. Like, I'm like, what is he say it goes with what we're talking about? I'm like, oh, it does, but what is that?
Just pull it out the back of his hat.
And we'll talk about everybody, all my friends. He's like, she's not a good friend.
Oh my God, I love him.
He is so straight. He would tell you flat out.
Yeah, these are the kind of conversations I miss.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I don't have my husband anymore, so I miss like the male presence. Just in a platonic way, because he was my best friend. So I miss that male presence in my life. But we were talking about girl code on here. So let me ask you, what is girl code to you? What is the definition?
So I think for me, my girl code is a lot different than my girlfriend's girl code.
Okay.
Right? So I'm believing this. If me and my husband broke up and we're friends, you could never date my husband.
Right.
You could never date my husband.
Absolutely.
But your friend could date my husband.
Right. Okay. That's okay.
So, but some people have a problem with that. Like, your friend should never date anybody that no.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Your friend could date my husband. I don't know her.
Right. Absolutely. And they don't have the same kind of loyalty to you that I would have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, mind you could say, hey, no, that's my girlfriend's ex-husband, blah, blah, blah. But again, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Now, if I was single and you dated a guy that I dated, right? And me and that guy were not like, we just hooked up a couple of times.
Right.
But nothing major.
Nothing serious.
Yeah, and y'all dated. I would not have a problem with that. But
Okay.
Black women have issues with if I've ever
Yes.
touched him, kissed him,
Yes.
called him, looked at him hard, you should never date him. And I'm like, y'all do know we're fishing in a small pond. Like, that's the reality. We're fishing in such a small pond for guys.
It's like the Young and the Restless.
Yeah. And
It's rotating.
And so people always think like, why, like, especially with celebrities and stuff, they go, why is she dating him? Didn't she just date? No,
Yeah.
they're only 1% of the people.
Yeah.
Imagine, I'm not going to come all the way to Houston to get a dude at McDonald's
Yeah.
if I'm Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she don't date anybody, but I'm saying I'm not going to go that far down to date,
Yeah.
you know, in order to find somebody decent who's going to care and love me, you know, working at Coca-Cola, whatever the case may be. She has to stay in her tax bracket.
Right. I
People
agree.
date within their tax bracket.
I
Some,
agree.
some people date above it, especially women. We date above our tax bracket.
Yes.
But it's very hard for a man to date, you know, below their tax bracket, especially to be married. They be like, no, I'd rather
Yes.
have somebody on my same level.
Right.
You know, it's just tough. So I say, listen, as long as me and him never had, he couldn't have lived with me. We cannot have children.
Okay.
That is the only code I have.
Okay.
You know, but other than that, we could have dated. We could have slept together 5 years ago, 10 years
Wow.
ago. And then,
So your friends, if you
Oh,
slept with a guy, your friends can still date him,
Yeah.
but just not the husband. The
Yeah, just not my
husband is
husband,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. That's a significant relationship.
yeah, that's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like, he
Yeah.
slept with somebody
Yeah. Before you.
before me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like the reality is, you know, like I said, again, if the pond was bigger,
Yeah.
then I would say, oh, okay, no. But the pond isn't that big.
You know, I was outside. I told you I've been outside and I've been hanging out with some different people. And we were out somewhere and a guy approached me. And then when he walked away, they were like, you know, he tried to talk to me too. And I was like, well, you know, what happened? Well, nothing happened. But, you know, he did ask me for my number. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like,
Did you-
I'm going to
did-
talk to him
Right,
because
exactly.
you don't get to claim him because y'all exchanged numbers, honey.
And the thing is, nothing happened. So
Nothing.
Nothing went beyond him asking you for your
Right.
number.
So shame on you because now he's interested in me.
I'm
But
gonna call
I
him.
think because my sisters were here, we were talking about girl code, and as sisters, we have to have a strict
Oh,
girl
yeah,
code
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
guys may try to talk to one of us and we may not know it. So we have to like check in with each other and know what's going on. But also I think when I was talking to them, the moral of the story is keep your circle small because
Yeah.
the type of loyalty that I have, I can't have that to all of Houston.
Right,
If this
exactly.
guy tried to talk to you, that doesn't mean I can't try it. We're not really friends. Like, you're an associate I met like in passing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I let it be known.
Sisters are different. Like
This is a very
I
different.
have 5 sisters, and our age difference is like so big. I have the sister that's right above me is right at 3 or 4 years. Right. She says about 5, but her birth certificate says a lot different. She's like, we're not that. No, she said we're not that far apart. We're only 2 years apart, and I'm like, no, we're not. I'm like, you're way older than me. But anyway, so, but we would never date.
Right.
The same guy. Like
Right.
even if they were just talking
Right.
or whatever, if you were ever interested in my sister or my dearest best friend, which
Right.
I would call my sister, then no, we're good.
Right.
You know, we're good. But a girlfriend I hang out and go to brunch with,
Right.
y'all can forget it.
Yeah, because you know what? You've got 9,000 girlfriends in this brunch group.
Hello.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm almost for sure I've dated
Right.
one of them. As
So-
much as I used to date.
I am so impressed and I love this idea because I'm a brunch girl and Houston,
Yeah.
Texas, we're very social, but we're known for our brunch.
Yes.
Let's toast to that. Yes, toast to brunch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what made all this come together? Because I remember when you started posting about it.
So originally, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, call my girlfriend, hey, let's go to brunch. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. And I am a person, so this is, so you know why I do so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person that believes that if I ever get into a place of depression, despair, or something that, you know, it gets me into a funk,
Mm-hmm.
I start being creative. For some reason, I just become creative.
Hmm.
And I've learned to stop thinking about myself and start thinking about other people. So even my nonprofit started like that. My
It's a
nonprofit,
good coping mechanism.
yeah, my nonprofit started with me being so in despair about what I saw little girls doing at the schools, and I couldn't do anything about it. Or kids would come and get their hair done, and I see how they talk to their parent. I'm like, that's disrespectful,
Yes.
and I couldn't do anything about it. So I said, what do I do to fix that?
Yeah.
And so I started my nonprofit. So the thing with brunch is I was just in a funk. It was COVID was going on.
Yes.
Nobody was going anywhere. It was just too much. And I'm outside.
Yes.
I am outside.
Well, you'll get no arguments with me with that.
So I couldn't take being inside the house. And so I was like, let's go to brunch.
Yeah.
It started last February. And so it was just me and 3 other girlfriends. And I was like, so we posted on Facebook and it's like, oh, where was that at? And I was like, maybe we have something here.
Yes.
Let me make a brunch group and then I'll just start meeting new people.
Yes.
Just random people throughout Houston. I never knew how many people were not connected.
Yeah.
Like I never knew how many people were moving to Houston, had no family, no friends, nothing.
Because we have had a surplus of people moving to our city because of how great our economy is and how inexpensive our land is compared to other states.
And
so, yeah, you're right.
And this is what happened. So many women would come into toilet with 200 women, and we were going to brunch with 10, 12 people. So I always there's a limit. I keep a limit to 12 to 15 women because you really can't get to know more than that.
It makes it exclusive.
And it's just too much.
Yeah.
To get to try to know 20, 30 people at every Sunday. We're not going to be able to do that. So some places it's 6 people because some people don't take, large reservations.
Yeah.
So, and that's a more exclusive restaurant and it's more high end also.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, everybody can't afford to go anyway.
Yeah.
So we started with that, and then all of a sudden it just grew from 400 to 600, and then I was going to brunch with women I ain't never seen before in my life, and I was like, okay, so tell me about you. What do you do? And let's network. And so we started networking even, and then it just grew. And for some reason, Facebook messaged me like, you're one of the fastest moving groups on Facebook right now. Keep up the momentum. Monetizing the group, and I was just like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And now we're a year in, maybe a year and a few months in, and we're at 9,000 women.
Wow.
Only women. Now we have one man. We just cannot. You know how you have a group and you're trying to find out where is that 1% of a man in this group, and we cannot find him. We think that he changed his name or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's 100% women. We have
Wait a minute. How do you know that it's not a transgender?
I don't know.
Okay, that could be it.
But Facebook tells me it's a man.
One man in the group.
One man in the group. And so we have Pretty Girls That Brunch Houston.
Yes.
Atlanta.
Oh my
Dallas
gosh.
and Shreveport.
Wow.
So we have 4 different groups going at one time.
Wow.
The groups in Atlanta, they may go to brunch once a month. So the admins have an option to go once a month, every week, whatever they choose. Houston just goes every week.
Yes.
But the other cities can go whenever they choose to. So we have some that go, Shreveport, I think, goes once a quarter. I think Atlanta goes once a month. I think Dallas goes every now and again.
Yeah.
But they have that option. I
Okay.
leave it up to the admins to do that as well. So, but for the most part, it's a really great group of women.
I mean, I love making connections. I love networking. This is like perfect for me. So to find Pretty Girls at Brunch, it's on the Facebook group tab.
It's an actual LLC.
Okay.
So you can find us on our website.
Okay.
It's prettygirlsthatbrunch.com. You
Okay.
can find us on Facebook. There's a page and a group. So you
Okay.
can find either us anywhere. You can reserve your spot, order your T-shirt,
Yes.
rock your T-shirt or what have you. Leave some comments. We just recently started putting our restaurants that we visited because some people
Yes.
just don't know where to go.
Yeah, like with reviews and stuff.
And we put some reviews. We put some numbers to let you know 1 through 5.
Okay.
How we felt about the place
Yeah.
and what have you. So so you'll know some of our favorite places are on there as well.
Great. So this brings me to, I want to talk about a few restaurants that you would recommend here in Houston, like bottomless mimosas, like great food. I know that there are, because Houston is, a great brunch spot, I know that we have a lot of options, but sometimes all the places aren't what you would think of. And then you get dressed up and you're hungry. I'm hungry on Sundays for brunch, and I don't want to eat something and be like, I could have went to McDonald's.
Right. But the thing about Houston restaurants, it's, for me, that what I'm recognizing, it's the least expected places that give you the best service. Right?
Okay.
So especially places like, at first I was like gung ho. I'm going to all the black restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to my people, and they disappoint you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a trendy place.
Yeah.
And everybody, all the black people in Houston are lined up to get in.
Yeah, I don't want to stand in line if
can't-
I'm dressed up and cute. Houston is hot.
And then you have a reservation. So
I want excellent service.
That's the weirdest thing.
That is super weird. If I make a reservation, 15 minutes max, because I can't be more than 15 minutes late on my reservation.
And then you have a reservation, and then you're standing an hour to wait to eat.
No.
And so I was just like, are you kidding me?
Waiting an hour is unacceptable anywhere.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what?
I would never go to Houston's and wait an hour.
No.
Yeah.
So I say, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and go everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Okay.
You know? So some of our favorite places, I like Uzi's Table.
I love.
Oh, and the services. I have never gone and not had great service.
Yes. And the food is
The
good.
food is really good. And the presentation is everything to me.
Yeah.
Last week we went to, where did we go last week?
And the drinks are good at
Yeah.
Wheezy's. I've been saying Wheezy. Is it Uzi?
It's Uzi.
Okay.
Because
They told me it was Wheezy's.
it's not.
Okay.
I know actually, if you go on their website, they tell you how to pronounce it.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Someone corrected me because I said Uzi and they were like Wheezy's. And I was like, how'd you get Wheezy out of Uzi?
Because it's Louise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why. So the L is Eloise. It's Eloise.
Okay.
And they took out the L and then
See,
Okay.
these are the brunch conversations that we love.
right. So you learn something new.
Yes.
Jonathan on the Rub is a really good. It's right off of I-10.
Okay.
It's really good. The
Jonathan
food-
on the Rub, where's that?
It's off of I-10 in Campbell. They have two on I-10.
I-10 in Campbell, like the Memorial Spring Branch area.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's really good.
So do they have like traditional
They have
breakfast?
traditional breakfast.
Good size helpings?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We went to Sophia Tortuga. Torritas? It's an Italian place,
Okay.
right? And so they don't have traditional brunch.
Mhm.
So their French toast doesn't look like French toast. And so you're going to end up having, it's brunch and they have eggs on stuff, but it's not really.
Okay.
And sometimes you want that, right?
Yeah, especially if
Like-
you're always doing brunch. You want to change it up a little bit.
I don't want chicken and waffles every time I go
Yeah.
somewhere, or shrimp and grits every
Yeah.
time.
I don't
I've
want
had
your
enough.
version of chicken and waffles
I've
every
had-
time I go out.
I've had enough. So places I probably wouldn't just kind of run to. I
Mhm.
visit again just if I had time.
Mhm.
But like Clutch,
Clutch.
it's a vibe, right?
Okay, yeah.
You want to go to Clutch for the
Wait,
vibe.
Clutch is like in the Westheimer area?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what
So
you're
you
talking about.
so you go to Clutch for the vibe.
Okay,
You really
good to
don't
know.
go to Clutch for the food.
Good to know.
It's a fun place. They got hookah. They have good drinks.
Wait, do they also have one in City Center?
I don't know unless they just put it there.
Okay.
So, but you go there for the food. You go
Okay.
there for the drinks and the atmosphere, the hookah, the music, the DJ.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Okay.
I just wasn't a fan of the food. I'm like, it's kind of like bar food, you know?
The
Even
brunch is like bar food.
To me,
Mm,
even though it's chicken and waffles,
yeah.
but it's still kind of bar-ish,
Yeah.
you know?
I know what you mean. There's not that soul
Yeah,
in there.
nothing-
There's not that
yeah,
homemade.
it was just nothing to it. So,
What do you think of Boss Cat? It's over there in that area. They had they bought some. I think they bought
so
some.
Boss Cat is a it has some traditional brunch items, but
Yeah.
it's also very non-traditional.
Yeah,
brunch.
because they bought me out an entree for brunch. I believe it was waffles, and it had like the Pebbles
Mhm.
fruity cereal.
Pebbles on it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I said it's non-traditional. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yes,
right?
the presentation was very cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Bisou's.
Oh
They have a
yes.
really good brunch.
Okay, Beasters does a good brunch.
Mhm.
I have not been to them for brunch, and I have been across the street. Who's across the street? La Colonial? No, exactly across the street from them.
Lock Bar?
No, right next to Lock Bar on the corner of Bisou, like literally can look across. They have a good brunch, but I can't think of their name. But okay, I'm glad to know that Bisou has a good brunch. I need to check them out.
Yeah, check them out. Let's see, who else?
You know who has a good bottomless mimosa? Because that's very important to
Right.
me.
or at least penny mimosas.
Yes.
Yes.
Union Kitchen. Especially the one on, I saw your face. Especially the one on Washington. That's my favorite because they have valet.
People love Union Kitchen.
I love their bottomless mimosa.
Yeah, but maybe you're just so drunk you don't recognize.
Right.
The
No,
food
the
is-
food is,
Yeah.
probably a 1 to 10. I would say like a 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably like a 4.
Yeah.
It's really not that.
I want like scrambled eggs and grits and bacon
Well, then
from them. Yes.
then you're good.
Because I know, like, I'm coming here for the mimosas to hang out with my girlfriends. We're going to stay past 3:00,
you're
you
good.
know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So there's a new restaurant, and I'm hoping that they've changed since we've been. It's in Katy. It's called A Store Farm to Table, and it's Caribbean empanadas and plantains and all of that, right? So we were like excited. Like you think of Caribbean, you think of,
Yes.
you think of all these flavors,
Exotic
first in-
foods.
Yes. Yeah, no.
Oh.
I know. But hopefully they've changed since we've been. They were just opening. So we kind of
Okay.
we go
Okay.
to a lot of places that are just opening just to kind of get
Yeah.
in first before the traffic cuz
Yeah.
you know, we went to the Drunken Corner. So you ever been to the Locker Room?
No.
Okay. So they have a brunch.
I love all these. I'm going to pause the podcast when I go back and listen to it and make a whole list. Y'all, I'm going to put all
Yes.
this on the website. Don't
Yes.
worry.
So the Locker Room has a brunch, right?
Okay.
The food is excellent.
The locker room.
But it's a bar. It's kind of like a bar grill kind of
Okay.
place. And the food is excellent at the Locker Room.
Okay.
The music, the DJs. So it's a vibe, though. It's like if you want to go have hookah, drink, eat, and
Yes.
still get good food.
Yes.
Oh, girl, they lamb chops are marinated
Oh my
in
goodness.
some kind of pineapple.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good. So I was expecting that from the Drunken Corner.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So I get there, and the line was out the door. So I was like, okay, I can wait. I know it's trendy, just open, blah, blah, blah. The lady said 2 hours.
Oh.
I say, to eat? She said, yes. It's okay. Cool.
With a straight face.
With a straight face. So I say, well, you know what? I asked my girlfriend, I said, how far are you? She said, about 30, 45 minutes. I said, so, okay, fine. I'll wait. It's probably not going to be 2 hours.
Right.
You know.
They just over exaggerate sometimes.
Yes. So I said, I'll wait.
Oh my
So
God.
waited. She pulls up around 2 o'clock. So, okay. So the girl's like, oh, I can seat y'all now. Oh,
Okay.
great. So we get in, have a seat. So they said, you have to scan this to order your food. No problem. We scan it. It's just only drinks. I say, what happened to the food? The man said, we're an hour behind.
Oh my goodness.
1 hour behind bringing food out of the kitchen. So if I order right now, it's going to take me an hour to get food at the kitchen.
Wow.
I said, no, thank you. I'm good. So the girl was like, well, since y'all already ordered drinks, can you bring me some toast? Something.
Right.
Because not only are we drinking and not eating,
Right.
other people were doing the same thing and getting drunk and not able to stand anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. So then finally, we sit down, and so we're going to go ahead and order.
Mm-hmm.
So she ordered this crab cake on top of grits. I ordered some chicken and something. Who knows?
It sounds good.
It was really good.
Okay.
Picture-wise.
Okay. Oh.
Because we look at pictures before we order. Oh, that looks good. Let's
Right.
start. So the crab cake comes out, and it's super dark. My chicken comes out. It's even darker.
Oh my God.
And
The
so
grease. Oh my God.
I said, y'all are not cooking chicken in dirty grease.
Oh my God.
Yes. So this lady came back. But he was so apologetic, and I'm like, the manager at the time was very apologetic. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Why we can make this again? I was like, look, we've waited
Yeah.
we've been here since we got there at 3:00 total to sit down. We left that place at 7:00.
Oh my goodness. You are kidding me.
Between drinks and food, it was 7:00. And that is not
Whoa. That's dinner.
brunch. That's dinner. So at this point, I was just like, you know what? But I'll give them credit because I went back because I said, don't go for brunch. Go back on another day.
Okay.
And I went back for happy hour time, and everything was perfect.
Okay.
The food was good. I just know now you just can't go during brunch.
You know what? You said that you gave him another chance. So the customer service must have been good for you to return after
Well,
that.
because he was so apologetic,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry the kitchen's behind.
Yeah.
They haven't had time. Girl, listen, while we were waiting to eat, Beanie Keith pulls up. They had ran out of food. So I knew something. I said, this is
Wow.
probably first week jitters.
Yeah.
Or first couple of week mess ups. So I
Yeah.
was like, let's just give them another chance and go back. you know?
Yeah.
Oh, but some places I don't have to eat it again.
Yeah.
There's just a few places I'm just like, okay, I'm good. I learned. I'm great.
For me, customer service is important, especially if I have to stand in line. I mean, you better give me a large helping. And even when I know people, I've had people on my couch who have restaurants, and I've hit them up like, hey, I'm at your restaurant. Can you bump me up in the line? the line don't move.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Lisa, I can get you in there in about 20 minutes. But 20 minutes is a long time when I've politely been waiting for like 30 minutes and then just going to use that little call in a friend. Can you help me
Can
out?
you help me out?
Yeah. It's a long time to wait to eat. Now, I know, there are restaurants in Houston and they're really popular and people fly in from all over to come and visit us.
Right. And I think that's the problem. Right?
Yeah.
Because then they do TikToks, which right now, TikTok is the way you advertise.
Yeah.
But if you're not ready for that kind
Please
of
don't
crowd,
do that.
Don't do it.
I don't want to stand in line for an hour.
Yeah. And then the guy that's doing it for all these restaurants, the one guy that they're paying to do it all for all these restaurants to get the people to come, he doesn't understand that when you do all of that, then people flock and then they line up to get disappointed.
Right. And then that kind of backfires.
Right. Because when we went to the Drunken Corner, we didn't even know about the TikTok. We just went because we heard about it. And we didn't know about the TikTok. The TikTok had like 80-some thousand views.
Wow.
And I said, okay, well, now I know why the line was so long.
Yes.
Now I know why they were running out of food. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Because
the promotions was crazy.
The promotions was crazy. It was a trendy thing. Everybody ran to come to it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, okay, let's give them another chance,
Yeah. Okay.
So I just like places there are some places that are hit or miss, depending on when you go. But I just like places that are consistent. If you're consistently good, be consistently good.
Right.
If you're consistently bad, be consistently bad. Don't give me good and then bad the next day and then bad the next day. It's
right.
Crazy.
Consistently bad. So are you guys leaving reviews in your Facebook group say like
we do leave
some feedback from everybody so I can kind of look on there and say, no, it's a no for me, or maybe I'll try that.
And I tell people all the time, visit on your own. Don't let us, because we may have a different taste palette than you.
Yeah.
Don't let us tell you not to visit someplace. Visit on your own.
Yeah.
I will tell you there are places.
I appreciate the reviews, though. I'll visit on my own, but I like to read about it first.
There's a place that's a little, like a mom and pop shop that's stuck off in the Heights. It's called Fields and Tides. And they have such an eclectic menu for brunch.
Really?
They have pimento cheese balls.
Oh, my God.
Habanero jelly sauce.
Yes.
That I would never have had. I would never have tried
that
it.
sounds so good.
And the guy was like, just try it. You're going to love it. And I'm like, oh, my God, I absolutely loved it. The service was excellent. And I'm just like, no one would probably know this place. People see it, but they don't even know what it's about.
Yeah.
And they had a blueberry pancakes and stuff that you wouldn't just normally get, from brunch. So I was like, people don't know about you like this.
Right. That's why we need girls who brunch.
That's why we need pretty girls that brunch.
And I happen to be a pretty girl, so.
Exactly. Brunching is your thing. You just come right out. I'm telling you, you'll really enjoy it. I think you'll love it.
So when you guys go, what's the time frame? Are y'all coming from church? Are y'all dressed up? What's the attire? What's the vibe?
So typically, it's depending on where you're going, right? So this week, our brunch location is Domain.
Okay.
My first time at Domain.
All right.
But some girls have been to Domain.
Okay.
I went to Atomic Bottle for brunch.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how is their brunch? Because I've just gone for happy hour.
Right. So typically we try to go someplace that's fun and hang out. You just wear some jeans and your pretty girls at brunch t-shirt.
Yeah.
We try to do that once a month so that you're not always having to dress up, do your hair and makeup. You just wear some jeans and a t-shirt. And so we went to Atomic Bottle and it was pretty good.
Okay. Because it's in a bar, so.
It's a bar.
Okay.
We expect French toast on a silver plate. That's
Yeah.
what I expected. I got what I expected. So.
I know them kind of silver plates you're talking about, too.
Because they have them at 50-50.
Yes, that's exactly. Have you had brunch at 50-15? So I did a panel discussion. So I was able to go for the brunch menu and they came out with steak. Oh my God, they came out with lobster tails. I was like, I got to come back when I'm not speaking up here on the panel because the food looked good.
It does. It does look good.
Have you been there yet?
I have.
Okay, come on. What's the tea?
I just don't think they give you enough food.
You don't think they give you enough food? Do you think the price and the food is
I think the
comparable?
price of the food should be comparable, right?
Okay.
I don't think that, if I order chicken and waffles, right, and it's $24, and you're going to give me wing pieces and 4 waffle thingies. It doesn't seem 24. It's kind of like Kiss.
Okay.
doesn't seem like the food matches the.
Have you been to Kisses Brunch? I haven't been yet.
I haven't been because I can't get past.
Oh my gosh.
$28 for chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay. The
That's a
menu
lot.
is a little expensive.
I mean, can I pay for that?
Yeah.
Of course I could.
Yeah.
I have chicken and waffles anywhere though.
Right.
So I'm like, I haven't wanted to run to them.
Yeah.
Take them out, but we'll see. I think the ladies want to go. They want to go to 13.
How do you guys decide? Like, we're going to go to 13. We're going to go to Kiss. We're going to stand in line around the corner with Taste Bar.
Never doing that. Taste Bar is no more.
Right. Sorry. I forgot.
That's over.
Did you ever get a chance to stand in line, though?
At Taste Bar?
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, okay.
Other people did, and I just showed up. I'm on my way. I'm right down the street. How far are y'all in
Let me know when you get closer.
Because I refuse. I think it's first of all, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
And so is my money.
Yeah.
And having me stand in line. And I understand there is a rotation, like having people come, making people get up. It's a gift.
Yeah.
You have to find service people that are going to get people out those seats. You got to have a kitchen that's going to pull that food out so they ain't got to sit there for 3 hours waiting for food. So it's really on the restaurant. It's really not the people who are standing in line or sitting at the table.
Right.
It's really on the restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
You have to have a server that's going to be like, okay, can I get you anything else? Sure. I have a drink for you. Come in. Anything else you need?
Right.
And they'll be like, oh, no, I'm full. I've had enough drinks, blah, blah, blah. Get that table up, So.
We've learned from watching great, excellent service how Chick-fil-A runs.
Yes.
They're really organized.
Yes.
They've got people outside while you're in, if they're going to have a lot of people appreciating their food, they want to also accommodate you and make it as easy as possible to get that food. There's a lot of organization. I notice when we go to Joey's,
how they have a glass of champagne.
They have a glass of champagne because you might, 9 times out of 10, depending on if you're going on the weekend, you're going to have to wait a few minutes. And having a glass of champagne complimentary is a very nice gesture to your customer. I don't mind waiting a few minutes. You're giving me a whole glass of champagne? Yes. Champagne is how you're going to give me. You give me some champagne, but also I love great customer service. I love, when the hosts are checking on you, like, you okay? Just wanting to let you know. If you want to have people not just try your restaurant once, but return to your restaurant over and over, then give us some good service. Service is very important, whether I'm in the hair salon,
the food
the
could
restaurant.
Be horrible.
Right.
We have eaten places where the food was just not good, but the service was excellent. We went to, we went to Willie G's. Did you know they had a brunch?
I did not.
It was so good. They had.
What?
Oh my gosh. They have something called snapper, bits and pieces. It's snapper bites. So it's little snapper cut and fried. It's in this fried onions.
Oh.
It's so good.
That's a good idea for brunch.
Yes. But they have snapper bites. They have a traditional breakfast as well, and pancakes and but then they also have this braised short rib over grits.
Wow.
They have barbecue shrimp. I mean, it was really good. That was the last place we went. It was a really good brunch.
Okay.
The food was really good.
Yeah, I love Willie G's.
And when I tell you that, now, you should never have one waitress for 15 people. Never. That's tough.
Right.
That is the only thing that kind of was like, one waitress for 15 people. Now, get it twisted. When she came with the food, everybody came with the food. When she came with the drinks, everybody helped her with the drinks. Okay. But it's that in between. Can I get some salt? Can I get some pepper? Can I get some ketchup? Can I get some syrup? Da-da-da. It's that in between that she couldn't do by herself.
Yeah.
Right? And so that was the only hang up. But other than that, the food was good. It took us, we're trying to pay a $700-800 ticket. And I'm like, where is she?
Right. Come back.
We're trying to pay you $700-800. Where are you? Come back and get your check. And so she's like, I'm so sorry. I had a couple other tables.
Bless her heart. It's
not a problem. I'm trying to go.
Right.
But so, that was the only thing. But other than that, the brunch was excellent.
Yeah.
I just think that especially when you go to restaurants and when you guys try places for brunch, be prepared to be patient. I always
pack your patience.
I pack my patience every Sunday. I have to tell myself that. Pack your patience. There are sometimes I don't tell myself that and I'd be just like hot, mad. Like,
oh my gosh.
Not having the best experience.
I would be upset because brunch, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, because I've been to church.
Yes.
I've had to come off a stage and interpret because I runs off stage. I runs off stage to brunch.
Right. What time are you guys leaving church and heading to brunch? That's what I want to know.
Well, most people go to early service. So we have
Right.
an early service at 8. It gets out about
Do you go to 11 o'clock service?
go to
Because I
2.
go to 11 o'clock service, and me and my friends try to meet between 1:30 and 2.
Oh, girl.
But we got a short window because normal brunches end at 3.
Yeah, no, our brunches start at 12.
Okay, that's
So-
good. So you go to the earlier service for real.
Technically.
So you cut out of there. You get the blessing.
I get I do go to the 8 o'clock service.
Mm.
But then if I have to work, I have to work the 10 o'clock service.
Okay.
And then once I get to work, and then I jet.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much that's kind of.
Okay.
But most people kind of go to church.
You would be
early.
working at church too.
Well, I'm a sign language interpreter, so I do sign language for the church. So you know,
God bless you. We love it.
that's another job.
Right. You and all these
I
jobs.
should have been a Jamaican. I so should have been a
I
Jamaican.
feel like you are. Have you done an ancestry test yet? Because you have to
No,
be.
No, people tell me I'm Kenyan.
You gotta be something, all them jobs. I know you from doing hair. And I was just saying, like, you know, it's it's a service job. Like for me, I do closets and I assist people, you know. Now I'm able to do like some remote work. But one thing about it is if someone isn't pleased with their work, I like to just go above and beyond to make sure that these clients are happy with their work. I think that service is important. But I've gone to hair salons where, you know, like the work is excellent. My hair feels great, but I don't like the customer service. I never feel comfortable when I go into a chair and the lady who just left the salon is talking about her. Like, I feel like a customer service across the board, restaurants, whatever, I feel like that's important.
I think so too, especially in the hair salon, right?
Yeah.
Because I just believe hair is a ministry, right?
Yes.
And all of that, when a client is sitting in my chair and we're talking about your life is not going to leave. When you leave, your life leaves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, oh, girl, her husband, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's a ministry. And I think you have to be in a place where if I'm going to be able to tell you my most intimate thoughts, my most intimate secrets, and you listen to me, you know what I'm saying? So I have a client that called me one day and she was like, Shay, I have an interview on Wednesday. I got to get this job. I don't have any money to get my hair done.
Oh.
And I'm like, come on, get your hair done.
Oh my God,
I need
that.
you to get this job.
Right.
So the next time you can pay me.
Right. Being here every week,
Right.
every 2 weeks.
I mean, she ended up getting the job and she came back and she was trying to pay me. I was like, no, you can't really pay me for that.
Yeah.
You know, just pay me.
I
to get
love
your hair
it.
done. So, I mean, it's just a matter of because you build relationships. Like,
Yes.
And I'm hard. Confession is good for the soul, bad for your reputation. So let me start with that. It is good for my soul. It is horrible for my reputation. So let me tell you, when people no longer get their hair done by me, especially if our connection is the hair salon,
Yeah.
I don't really have if I see you, I don't see you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to work on that. That's something I need to work on.
So do you recognize them or
No?
Yeah, that's how I am. Oh my God, I'm like that too.
you're
But it's
invisible.
probably because we're social. We meet so many people,
Yeah.
and if you haven't connected that recently,
Yeah,
then you've lost mentally. You've lost like that
Right.
short term memory. I'm gonna hold on to it because I need it consistently for who I'm
Yeah.
dealing with. But if you don't deal with
So my
them,
girlfriend's like, you didn't get a lady speaking to you, and I'm like, who? You used to do her hair.
oh
Where?
my God,
The girl right there. And I'm like, girl, I haven't seen done that lady's hair in years. I
oh
don't
my
remember.
God,
I don't know who she is.
oh my
Like,
God.
And I was like, oh my God, you really got to work on that. Like, and I said to myself the other day, I said, you better not be getting dementia or Alzheimer's because
No.
it is going to be horrible.
No, it's the social girl syndrome. I have the same problem.
Because I'll tell you, my memory be like, I know you from where?
Right,
And
right.
What did we do together?
Oh my God. I know people do social media and I don't know them. When I see them in real life, their hair may be different or maybe the photo is from the chest up or I don't know their name. They may be like Champagne 25. I don't know when I see them, what am I supposed to say? Hey, Champagne 25? Like, I don't even know.
Right.
Why would I hold on to Champagne 25 in my memory? Like, I don't even retain that. So when I see people, I'm like, hi, good to see you. I don't know who I'm talking to.
And people walk up to me all the time like, oh my God, Shay, how are you? I'm like, I am wonderful.
Yes.
And then I turn to my girl, who was that?
Right. I have no idea.
Who was that? I'm like, girl, I don't know. You don't know that lady? I said, no. They said, well, why were you talking to her like you knew her?
Right.
I said, because she needs to feel special.
Right. No, I agree with that
Like,
too.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Like, I don't know who you are. Like, girl, how the kids?
Right.
My babies is grown. Oh, okay. And your husband? Girl, you know, we divorced. I was like, didn't remember that.
Right. We are social. This is the social girl problem.
And I'm trying to figure out, like,
And you're just going along because
Yes.
you know the importance of making that connection.
and the thing that they say at the end is, girl, I can't wait to get back to the shop. I said, oh gosh, she's a client.
Lord, Jesus.
Now I know her from.
Oh my God. There's so many heads.
It's horrible.
I definitely believe that hair is a ministry because, you know, you have the wrong people in your head, your hair may not grow.
I'm telling you, people tell me all the time, they're like, oh, you have growing hands, right?
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know if it's because they're so heavy, because I have some heavy hands. But they'll tell me that, and I think to myself, I was like, you know what? I believe that when people can touch you, or you can be touched by somebody,
Yes.
and you can feel their spirit,
Yeah.
you can tell something's wrong. I had a client, she had cancer, and she had went through remission. She had a treatment done and all that kind of stuff. And she came by the shop one day, and she was like, hey, I just wanted to see you. And I looked at her, and I said, you want to see me? And she's like, yeah. And then she touched me. And then I say, we got to go to the back. So we went to the back of the dryer. I say, what's going on? And then she's like, I just want to let you know my cancer is back.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, no. I said, well, then I just started immediately praying for her.
Yes.
You know, God is a healer. He will heal you. You know, let's not stress about it.
Yes.
And I think she stressed about it a little bit. And she recently passed away. But it was devastating for me.
I bet.
Because we were so, and then, we didn't hang out drinking.
Right.
We did hair every single week, and it was like our hangout and our kick
Right.
it.
That's why I love the salon.
And her husband's like, she needs a wig, and can you do a wig for her? And I was like, yeah. So I did a wig, like how she styles her hair. I sent him a picture of me in the wig. He said, oh my God, you almost look like her. I said, well, let me take that off. And so I sent it with him. They took it, put it on their head. And he was like, you just don't know how that made, my family and her feel.
Yeah.
I know she knows how much you cared. And I'm just like, because I was there, during that process. And I think that if you have a quality or a good hairstylist, they'll be with you through whatever process you're going through, even if it's divorce, even if it's your children just clowning. I'm one of those hairstylists. You say, my child is like, I can't do nothing with her. Okay, bring her here. Let her come to the shop. Let her hang out with me for a little bit, and let me talk to her, because I'm gonna just tell her. I'm gonna tell her about herself. That you don't have your mom all your life, and people don't get. And these kids really believe that they have the rest of their lives, and I'm like, do you not see people dying at 30 and 40, and you don't have.
Every day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing. You don't have the rest of your life to make it up to your mama. So it's kind of like, that's kind of why I started my nonprofit, because it's like these young people just don't get it.
Yeah, so Pretty Girls, wait a minute. Pretty Girls Rock, ages 11 through 18. Let's talk about your nonprofit.
Yeah. So I mean, it is my passion. Right?
Yeah.
And I have my own children. I have one daughter. I have two boys and one girl.
Okay.
And I have a granddaughter. She's 7. And she's 7 going on 37. I swear. She tells me about myself all the time. I'll pick up something to eat. She's like, let me see it. How much sugar is in this?
Oh my goodness!
She reads the back of the label, and it's like, who taught her that? I'm like, I did not.
Counting calories.
Counting calories at 7. Who does that? Like, it's annoying. In my house, me and my husband are not the
counting
healthiest.
Calories.
No, you look at us, we're not. We're not counting calories.
Yeah, y'all having brunch.
Yes. So, but that was, but just like having kids who talk to their mom and they're getting their hair done, and they're like, Mom, I'm talking.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm just like, you don't do your mom like that. And I said, there's a disconnect, right? Because kids will tell you anything, but it just can't be you.
Yeah.
It has to be somebody outside of you.
That's true.
So kids will come and tell me anything. They'll be like, oh, Miss Shay, you just not know. This boy, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they'll tell me the whole gamut. And I'll be like,
wow.
Well, what do you want to do with that information? Or what do you want to do? Are you thinking about having sex? Or, is sex on your mind? Like, I've never had sex, so should I even be thinking about it? I say, no, I don't think you should be. You're 13.
Right.
Who's thinking about sex at 13?
Right.
I think you should be really thinking about, well, he's my boyfriend. I say, well, how old is he? He's 15. I say, first of all, he can go to jail. And just kind of giving them the real talk of it, And I'm honest with kids. Like, listen, I made the mistake of having sex way too soon.
Mm-hmm.
I was not mentally prepared. I was not physically prepared to be having sex. And out of all of that, I had a child when I was way too young. And I didn't get a chance to do all the things that I'm doing now
Yeah.
at this late age. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is late
Yeah.
to be doing stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like it's late for me to be doing stuff because I had my son so young.
Yeah.
So that's a good message to share with the girls.
And so I tell them all the time, just kind of live your life. Be young while you can. Stay with your mom as long as you can.
Yes.
Support your family as long as you can. I mean, there are still some girls that are just like, I don't care what she says, and I'm not going to, and I still get with them, they come, no, you're going to sit here, you're going to listen,
Yeah.
and you're going to come to this workshop and you're going to learn.
Yeah.
You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to, eat. I have etiquette classes.
Yes.
We have hygiene classes. Because, some kids don't know what a salad fork is.
Yeah.
They just go to the kitchen and get a fork. It's just two different sizes in the sink,
Yeah.
So they just go to the kitchen and get a fork, or they'll just go to the kitchen and get a spoon and not know that one's a soup spoon and one's a tablespoon and one's a teaspoon. And they just don't know that. So we have etiquette classes. We do a retreat. This year is going to be in the spring. So we go away for the weekend. And I'd love for you to come and talk to
I would
them and
love to
hang
come.
out. Normally we have about 50, 60 girls that
Wow.
come to the retreat. It's at a campsite. It's overnight. It's dark. It's so out of my realm. But I do it, and
Yeah.
and I have to stay up because, these girls, not like, they may go to bed, they may not. They
Yeah.
up talking, playing,
Yeah.
TikToking, and everything else. So, but we do retreats as well. Coming up, we have a business workshop
I love that.
to teach them how to function and operate a business.
Beautiful.
And just start getting those wheels turning, because not everybody is going to go to college and get a
Right.
4-year degree and become a doctor, nurse, lawyer. There has to be some entrepreneurs here.
Right.
And that's how
I didn't even know that I could be an entrepreneur until after I was like grown. I didn't have people like saying like, Lisa, college is a great option, but these are some other things for you to
Right.
consider.
I mean, and I still believe in post-secondary education.
Yeah.
My thesis is about post-secondary education. I just
This
believe.
girl doing a thesis. Woo!
But because I think post-secondary education is so important.
Yeah.
At least the first 2 years, because that's where you get those soft skills
Yeah.
that you're not going to get if
Yeah.
you never go to college.
I feel like college taught me discipline too,
Yeah.
and completing a goal,
Mhm.
working with a team, working with other people. Like my part of the project could be finished, but other people may not have had theirs.
Right.
So it also taught me how to have a backup plan if they don't have their part.
Right.
Also how to work with people who might be slackers.
Work with different ethnic groups,
Right,
or different
diversity.
cultures, and
Yes.
because the reality is you may not ever get the opportunity outside of college
Right.
to work with anybody that's not black,
Right.
or to
Who's
work-
not in your neighborhood.
not in your neighborhood, or
Mhm.
something like that. So I think that especially when you go to certain restaurants and certain places, I can tell
Yeah.
who's had some
Yep.
college and who has not.
Yeah.
I can and not to say anything bad about the person that has not had
Right.
any college, or anything good about the person that has some
Right.
college, but the conversations are different.
Yes.
The service is different, especially like because I go to brunch so often. The service is different. The way that they interact is
Yep.
different. Conflict resolution and certain things you learn in post-secondary education you don't learn in real life.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why one of those reasons I did start the Pretty Girls Rock, because I wanted to be able to tell girls, even if you don't want to go to college, even if you want to pick up a trade, it's
Yes.
a possibility. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But everything is possible.
Yeah.
You don't have to be where you came from. We deal with a lot of foster kids in our program as well. You don't have to be subject to where you came from. Your
Right.
past does not dictate your future. I mean, you could be the star you want to be.
Absolutely.
But how do we get there?
Right.
And the way we get there is the way we change our attitudes, the way we talk to people, the way we do things, the way we process things.
Yeah.
And that's how we get there, being able to be a good listener,
Yeah.
being able to let somebody tell me that I'm doing something wrong, and then I correct that behavior.
Right. And having accountability. That's
And
good.
accountability. And I think that, especially with parents, I don't know about your mom, but my mom was like, do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
Don't do
Well, my
it.
mom was the preacher's wife, so she said she did it, and I had to do it too.
Right. That too. Right. That too. So it was like, well, I want to who do I tell these things to?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
See,
know?
the reason why I love that the parents drop off and let them sit in your chair and y'all have these honest, transparent conversations is because I didn't get to have that.
Yeah.
So it was me and Jesus wasn't really talking back to me. But if I had thoughts about boys and having sex, I mean, there wasn't anyone to talk to about that wasn't outside of my community. So it's nice when you have like a listening ear and you know that.
You think about it. You talk to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And how much does she really know about sex?
Especially at a young age.
She hadn't had
She's
sex.
just as immature as I was.
Exactly.
The blind leading the blind.
I know. I was like, I dated this guy when I was like, I could think it was like 15. And I was like, no, I was like 13. And I thought we were really doing it. Like, really having sex. I was like walking around town, strutting like a peacock. I'm grown because, I'm having sex, So this is how I was walking around. Girl, I'm grown. I'm already doing it,
Oh, my God.
I get 17. My child's father, we decided, we're going to do it. I'm a pro.
Oh, my God.
I'm ready. I'm a pro. Girl, I was like, whoa, what's this? What are we doing here? And this is not what I've been doing. It's like, your version. I'm like, of course not. I've been having sex since I'm like 13.
Oh, my God. What kind of sex?
Who knows what we were doing.
I know what it was. I know what they're rubbing and petting. That's what my dad told me. Be careful.
And I swear to you, I thought I was really doing something.
Oh, my God. It felt good, though. It might as well have been.
But that's because I'm listening to my girlfriends who is 13 to 14 years old telling me what to do. And they just dumb as I am.
Right. So, I love it.
And that's why and that's kind of those things I tell them. I'm like, listen, I've been there, done that. I was an idiot. Don't be an idiot like me.
You have a quote in your bio that I love. It says, building light on the inside. Am I saying this right? So that the light can shine for everyone to see. Here in Their Closet, we talk about how we feel on the inside and how that's displayed on the outside. And I think it does start with the inside. It definitely starts with having the right mindset, having the right people around you, attracting that energy, attracting positive people so that you can see the change and know that the change exists. And if I fight hard to accomplish my goals, it can happen for me too. It's good to have examples in front of you to see that. But having knowing that it's not on the outside, it's going to come from the inside.
I think that people will see, like, I think your level of confidence, right? It should not be for what people think about me on the outside. It has to come from the inside, right? I'm a person, like I tell you, I get moments where I get depressed and I'm like, oh Lord, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But in those moments where I get depressed, I start becoming creative. I'm like, okay, take yourself out of the equation.
Yeah.
Because it's really not about you.
Yeah.
Your life is really not about you.
Yeah.
It's what are you going to do to benefit not only the kingdom of God, but what are you going to do to benefit anybody else outside of yourself?
Yeah, you're definitely a vessel.
And that's what I said. I said, one of the things that my pastor taught me, preached about once before, is God can only use who he can use through, right? And
that's good.
And to be a conduit for God's blessing.
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever wanted to be, is just a conduit to God's blessing. So when I get to, and what I tell people all the time, because I used to have those moments where I was young. I tell kids, I was young.
Yeah,
I didn't think I was cute. I didn't think I was, had a good body. I thought I was too dark, and nobody was going to like me because I was so dark-skinned. I'm way darker than everybody I know.
Yeah.
If I'm in a group of people, I still kind of have those moments today, like, not today, but like randomly, where I'm in a group of people and we'll take a picture and I'm like, damn, you're the darkest one in that picture, and I have those moments.
You know what? I have moments when because my butt's big.
Yeah.
I've always had moments when I felt deformed because my butt was so big. I felt like when guys would see me, they'd be like, damn. And I felt like they were like, I'm retarded or I'm special. And then later my mom was like, no, you are a unicorn. And I never believed her. And here we are in 2022 and people pay for this now.
Pay for your butt.
But there are times when people walk up to me like, who's your doctor? And that brings me back to, I don't feel like, yes, people are paying for this. I do think like, what is wrong with me? So you think I had to pay for this? Like, God stuck this on me.
Jesus. Who's your doctor? Jesus.
Right, Dr. Jesus is my doctor.
Yeah.
But we all have like places within us where we like feel insecure about our body, but that's also normal.
Yeah,
And it's
very
good to
normal.
share that.
Yeah, it's very normal. And that's what I said. That's why that level of confidence that's within you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what people say. People
Yeah.
can say whatever they choose to say. People could talk about my past, and I tell people all the time, my past got me to where I am today.
Right.
Like, that past built me up to make me stronger.
Yeah.
To make me understand that people are going to say bad things about
Yes.
you. People are going to even do stuff to you. But guess
Right.
what? You'll still make it through. You'll still be okay.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of how I think my self-esteem really comes from knowing that I am not a child of everybody else's. Like, I'm not a product of the people around me.
Right.
I'm a product of God's, and he uses me in so many different ways. Like, nobody can say that he's using, I mean, even with you, nobody can say that he's using them the same way he's using you.
Right. Right.
You know, and nobody, because I can't say, I don't know anybody that's doing what I do.
Right.
I don't know anybody else that has a hair salon, has a nonprofit, has a brunch group, that's a sign language interpreter. You know, I don't know.
Who ran for president
Who
at
ran for University of Houston downtown.
Lord Jesus.
The first
when I saw, I'm like, Shay.
Shay did not become the president of the student body. And guess what? I did it at 50.
Right.
And those people thought I was 35.
And I was so proud of you. I mean, like, I've known you for a long time. You've been consistent, though. I know for a long time you've helped women. I know it wasn't just something convenient or something to put on your resume. I know that that's really your heart. And I've been to your salon. I've seen, you know, you have growing hands, and I've seen like that is a thriving business. It's not something for a PPP loan, you know, let's be real.
Exactly.
But it's great when you have this, because not everybody's going to share with you, like, let me teach you how to build a business, or come and have lunch and sit at the table with us. You can sit with us. Not everybody is going to be so offering and so open. And God knows when he gives a gift to certain people, he knows, my child, I'm giving her this gift because she's going to use the gift. She's not going to bury it.
Exactly.
She's not going to sit and wait around for the right time. I told her to do it. Now is the time.
Yeah.
And such as the time as this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just think if people really tapped into, like, I can see, I mean, it's so funny because I'll see friends and I'd be like, you know, your life is a story.
Yes.
Write this book.
Yes.
Somebody's going to read it. And they're like, oh, girl. I'm like, no, really. This
Yeah.
is your book title. Bam, I gave it to her. I said, this is the cover of your book. Boom. I said, on the back side, you do this. And these are what your chapters should look like. And so she was like, girl, really? I say, I'm telling you, listen, God doesn't give it to me often.
Be good.
But when he gives it to me and I give it to
Right.
you, you better use it because it's going to be good. And so she says, okay, I'm going to use it. I asked her the other week, have you started writing your book? Oh, girl, no, not yet. I was like, see, I don't even remember what God gave me.
Right. I gave it to you then.
I gave it to you then. I don't have anything else. But I just tell people, use what he gives you.
Yes.
Use those gifts. I'm telling you, because at some point, it's not going to be, you're going to be too old to use it.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to run up and down the street chasing after young girls.
Right.
Snatching them by their hair. Talking about, you used to listen
Right.
at 80. I'm not going to be able to do that.
Right. And it's a different testimony when you're 80 as opposed to right now.
Yeah. No, they're not listening to you at 80. They're like, girl, you old. You know?
We've been talking about how God uses different people to minister in different ways. We don't always have to be in a pulpit to be a witness and to share what God puts in us.
Not at all.
And so we've been talking about how God gives you something and you're able to testify and use that as a ministry wherever you're at. I think it's so important. And one of the reasons why I'm so grateful for this podcast is because when I talk to people, I think to myself, like, you have an amazing story and we need to share it.
Right.
It doesn't matter how many people hear your story or how many hands you touch or how many young girls God told you to do it, you should do it. You should be obedient when God puts it in you. So I was listening to, one of my YouTube, I'm going to call her my YouTube preacher, but she was just saying like how you're praying for God to give you all this money. You don't know how it comes and God will give it to you. But sometimes God gives you ideas and you need to act on the idea that God gives you because you don't know how that money is going to come. But if you do what he told you to do, you may look up one day. So I was listening to the For the Soul. It was the book about for the kids. It's like soul food
Okay.
for the children, or for soul food for. So he was saying, like, we wrote this book, and we were saying our goal is to accomplish $100,000 this year. We'd like to make 100,000. He said we didn't make 100,000. We made like 92,000. He said, but do you think that we didn't think that God was moving on us because we were so close to our goal? So we made the next year $1 million. And he said, but God had told him when I said I want to make $100,000, and I was like, how am I going to do this? God said, I gave you that book that you wrote. Go and sell that book, put it out there, start promoting it. And he said, I made $100,000 with a book that I had already written. It didn't sell enough, so I didn't think it was good. And then I told God, this is what I want. And sure enough, that book is worldwide now.
Exactly.
There's so many levels to that book. But that just told me, I might tell God, like, God, I want to do this, or I want to do that. And God will tell me the simplest thing, like, Lisa, go out there and speak to kids, or go out there and do X, Y, and Z. It starts with obedience.
Yeah.
And it starts with, we don't need to walk a red carpet or have everyone clapping for us. If we know that God has told us to do this and we're being obedient to him, God's going to supply all of our needs. He's going to bring the right people in. But touching that one child, touching that one young girl, touching that one woman who didn't have any family or friends when she came to Houston, you don't know what seed that planted and how that's going to come back to you.
And I think you really, as an individual, especially when God speaks to you, sometimes he speaks in big, like, hey, Lisa, this is what you need to be doing, But then sometimes he speaks in a small, still voice and said, listen, I'm going to use that you have. I'm going to take that you have, and we're going to make something out of it. Watch me. And then you hear that, and they're like, that was just me talking.
Right.
Like, when have I ever said that to myself?
Right.
But you got to listen to that small, still voice that says you can do it. And don't worry about how you're going to do it. Don't worry about when it's going to happen. Just know that God said, if God says it's going to happen, then it's going to happen.
Right.
And I like, hey, timing is his timing.
Right.
I don't even think God owns the clock. So, because I know that sometimes I'll be waiting on stuff and I'll be like, okay, God, it's it's the hour.
When's
it's
it
20
coming?
minutes from when is it going to happen? Like I know I need it, and then I'll be waiting and time passed by. I was like, well, I didn't get it. But then maybe about a month or so later, it comes through and I'm like, okay, so it wasn't.
It was already on the way.
It was on the way. It wasn't on my timing. It's your time.
Yeah.
So I have to wait that out,
Yeah.
And patience is one of those things that I used to pray for.
Oh, no, I don't pray for that
Don't
anymore.
pray for that. Don't ever.
Don't ever pray for patience, because you're going to be patient.
Listen, if we have not told you one thing today,
do not
ever pray for patience, because you will be tested. Right.
Oh, trust me, I was tested.
I'm telling you, I pray, and I used to be one of those kids that used to lie. So, oh my God, I'm a Scorpio, right? Scorpios lie if you look at them straight.
What?
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. Scorpios do not tell you the truth. Scorpios and Gemini, they never tell you the truth. Oh my God. So, but I was like, you know what? I want to pray for integrity. And I want to have integrity so that I'm not telling the truth.
Yeah.
And that what I am, my word is my bond.
Yes.
And girl, and when I tell you, anything you pray for, God tests you on it.
Right.
I was at Fiesta one day, and I was buying some simple macaroni and cheese in the box. The girl rung up 2. I saw her, but I had 4. And she just boxed them up, put them in the bag. And so I was like, so God reminded me. I paid and everything. I was on my way to the door. He reminded me at the door. You prayed for integrity. Yes. This is the level of integrity. Yes. This is one of those levels. What are you going to do? And the door at Fiesta kept going open and closed. I was like, it's just 33 cents macaroni and cheese.
It's a little thing.
It's a little thing. I went back and I took it back. I said, you didn't charge me for 2 of them. I said, I was just,
I love that.
I mean, even when I go to drive-through.
I love that because you know what? If you're teaching the girls, you got to teach them integrity. And the Bible says, when you are faithful with the little, I'll give you more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I can easily say, and my mom passed away too. I said, that's the only person I felt like I had to lie to. Yeah. Because I wanted her to think I was her good daughter. Yeah. The best one out the pack. She had 6 girls, and I always wanted to be the best one out the bunch. I would just lie. No, Mom, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not pregnant. No way. You're barely looking big. I'm nowhere near pregnant. And then have a baby 9 months later. She's like, why would you lie?
Right, Shay.
Who knows? But I just wanted to be the best daughter she had. So when she passed away, I was like, you know what? I don't have anybody else to lie to.
Right.
So I prayed for that integrity thing, and that was it. Now I'd be like, I'm straightforward. You
Yes.
ask, I'm going to give you the answer.
Authentic and transparent is who I am all the time. And when I was a little girl, that used to get me in trouble. But I will say, even now as an adult, having integrity, is it's not always fun. It's not. I have girlfriends and I've met people that I've really liked, and then they'll be like, I'm seeing, a married guy, and I've been like, I don't think that's God's best for you. Like,
Right.
And I'm not going to bash my beliefs onto other people. I'm going to say how I feel, and I'm going to be your friend that's going to hold you accountable. But it also has made me take a step back, because I don't want to be swayed. The Bible says that evil communications corrupt good manners. So I have to be careful with the way that I carry myself, because I have integrity.
Right.
And because I want to do the right thing, and not everybody wants to do the right thing. So sometimes that means I can't go places or hang out with people. It doesn't mean like I'm by any means perfect, but having integrity, you will get tested on it.
Oh, you most definitely get tested, especially when I tell my friends all the time, I live in a I live in a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
When it comes to my friend, we are judgment-free.
Right.
Now, judgment-free does not mean I'm not going to tell you when you're wrong.
Right.
But it means I'm just not going to hold on to it.
Yes.
So if you're dating a married guy and I'm like, hey, that ain't the best for you right now, I think God has so much more for you. Your husband, he's blocking your husband.
Right.
For coming to you, because God ain't going to send your husband when you with somebody else.
Right.
So I will say that, and then I will be
Keep it moving, yes.
And then don't talk to me about it.
Right.
I don't want to hear about somebody else's husband.
I because I grew up as a preacher's kid, of course, I grew up in a bubble, and I've only seen things from one side of that view. So now as an adult, especially being outside, I've met people who come from different lifestyles, and I definitely appreciate the opportunity to meet people and know this is how they were raised. So this is their mentality, because it also allows me to have compassion. It gives me new ways to pray, but it shows me how to respect people. Just because they don't have the same background doesn't mean that I have to respect them any less.
Right.
They get the same type of respect. And the fact that God is so loving and so patient with me on the things that I struggle with doesn't mean the things that they struggle with are less or more. The same way that I show love to this girlfriend, I got to show it to that one. And everything doesn't always have to line up with the way I believe.
Well, sometimes it's even more. Sometimes they need a little more, because you got to think about whatever the situation is, there's something that's missing, right? And then sometimes they just need more love. They need more compassion.
Yeah.
They need more than the other friend needs.
Right.
Like, why are you doing this? Because I want her to know that she's loved outside of that.
Yes.
Or I want her to know that she's liked outside of what she doesn't have. I had a girlfriend lost her husband, and he didn't die. He lost him to somebody else. I'm sorry.
Well, you can lose them like that too. Okay.
She lost him. But I remind us, like, you are so much better than what he was able to give.
Yeah.
You're talented. You're creative. You're loving. And struggles with I can't believe he left me.
Yeah, I bet that's tough.
Girl, move on.
Yeah.
And my mama used to tell me, the best way to get over somebody, to get under somebody.
Oh my God, your mama told you that? I've heard that so many times.
The best way to get over somebody is get under somebody new. So move on,
Yeah, I definitely am. My ministry is move on, girl. Move on.
Like, I'm not holding on to nothing that don't want to hold on.
The best
to
is
me.
yet to come.
I mean, that goes with girlfriends too.
Yeah.
Like, I lost girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, you were friends with her, and I don't like her anymore.
Yeah. Oh
so I know that you're not going to stop hanging with her, so I just rather just not deal with y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes you have to make that call. I'll circle back with you in a couple of years and see how you're feeling.
I got 9,000 new friends.
Right. Isn't that something? Isn't that, see how that work? Shay?
I'm joking.
Thank you for being on the show today. I mean, like, you have come and shared so much knowledge and wisdom with us. And y'all, Shay is always like this. If you sit in her chair and she does your hair with those ministry growing hands, or if you're able to be a part of the brunch, the Pretty Girls Brunch, if you're able to be a part of the organization, of course. But this is Shay all the time. I've known Shay for many, many years, and she's a blessing. That's just her heart, such a pure heart and spirit. Yes. Everything. How can the people stay in contact with you?
So the best way to contact me is either going to one of my websites. I have many.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. So you can find out more about me at shaytatum.com.
Okay.
Or you can go to my brunch website, prettygirlsthatbrunch.com, and come to brunch. Reserve a spot. Meet some new people. Learn some new things. You may find someone there you have something in common with, and you never know. Take off. I have a lot of people who met new best friends there.
Yeah,
So come
I
and
love
take
that.
off. Or if you want to be a part of the Pretty Girls Rock org, that is my nonprofit organization. We're always looking for volunteers.
Yes.
We have an event coming up October 7th.
Yes.
Pretty Girls with Big Ideas, an entrepreneur workshop. So you come to that and you don't learn some new things. Even if you want to be in business yourself,
Yeah.
it's open for anyone. And you or your pretty girl can come and attend.
So Shay is spelled SHAY, ShayTatum.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pretty Girls That Brunch. I noticed that you've got a Z here. Or Pretty Girls Rock. I noticed you have a Z here.
Yeah, Pretty Girls Rock is with the Z.
Okay.
Yes.
PrettyGirlsRock.org.
.org. Yes.
Okay. PrettyGirlsRock.org. Check out my good friend Shay. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast and tell us about our brunch spots.
Yes, I'm telling you, check us out. If you look on the website, you'll see some other restaurants we go. People ask me all the time where to go for brunch.
Yes.
And it's just so different. Every place is a different vibe. It's
Yes.
what you're looking for.
We love it.
Sometimes you want to just eat and chill. That's a different place. Sometimes you want to go and kick it and get a little ratchet. It's a different place.
We love it ratchet. It's Houston, Texas. We love it all. Thanks, you guys, for joining us on In Their Closet. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Subscribe to the podcast and watch us on YouTube. And thank you guys always for your support and for watching In Their Closet.